Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Iron Torch 20, and we are welcoming you to Gex Enter the Gecko. And this is a game that came out for the PlayStation, an early 3D platformer. And it is going to be a really fun time, and it starts off with this opening cutscene, so I'll just go ahead and keep my mouth shut while this thing plays. Well, after this Midway logo.
Since retiring from the public's eye, I had resigned myself to a life of solitude. For 2 years, I started my day watching Kung Fu theater. Days, then weeks blurred into one long, greasy telethon. The next thing I know, some government goons show up in my place. It seems they've caught a whiff of old Mr. Sunshine himself, Rez. He's back in the media dimension, and they think I'm crazy enough to go back in after him. So they whisk me away to Interrogation 101. They play rough. Start giving me the business. I give a little back. So we negotiate a little something to cover my expenses. They throw in one of those secret agent suits, and I tell them we got a deal. Looks like I'm headed back into the media dimension. It's gonna be deja ouch all over again.
So to recap the events of the first game, Gex had this whole obsession with TV, and basically in the first game Rez ended up luring him into the media dimension using some kind of I guess like tracker bug or something. And then he ended up fighting Rez and getting out. So what happened here is that agents basically got a hold of him and then just said that Rez is back and he's gotta go back in and kick his butt again. So we got our different options here. One thing I do like about this particular menu is that if you go to the options, you get like different things. And that's just some extra stuff. So let's see, let's just get back out of here. And then, see, the one I really like is if you go to, here, you get to go through this whole haunted house. And then you get to see... Yeah, that's my memory card so far. I'm gonna be adding a lot more to it, though. But regardless, now that all that's set, let's just go ahead and get this started. And the loading screens, for the most part, aren't really all that bad. But, I mean, they do take some time. So here we are, it's basically a 2D, or 3D platformer. And one thing I should mention is, because this is an early 3D game, the camera controls are atrocious. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it really. I'm gonna die a lot because of how screwy the camera gets. And basically what this is saying is that you can go to the screen and change it. Manual means that it's not gonna change at all. Semi-automatic means that after a while it's going to zoom back to Gex's point of view. And then automatic means that it's always going to be on Gex's point of view. So it just changes back to semi-automatic. And then yeah, this game kind of like throws you into the game. But I mean, it is simple enough to figure out. And one of them is that you can use a triangle button just to look around. That's basically what that thing's telling you. And this game is a Mario 64 knockoff, so basically the way that works is that we're gonna have to get more red remotes in order to access certain points of the media dimension. And this first one right here is that we have to beat the boss in order to progress there. Right here is a section where you can find some special stages. And basically what these are gold remotes, and you get those by either beating bosses or winning bonus stages. So basically, just to run it through, red remotes are what you're going to be using to unlock different levels. White remotes are going to be used to unlock bonus stages. And gold remotes are going to be used to unlock these special stages.
A little one now.
They are much tougher than the regular stages, but that's to be expected. And also the moveset is you have your flying kick, you have your tail whip, and then you have your way of eating bugs in case you want to get more health or extra lives or those kind of things. But now we're ready to go into our first level, and that's going to be Out of Tune. And you get 3 different missions here. So I think what we're going to go with is just the teetering rock. And also they show you like a little glimpse of what you need to do, which is one thing I do enjoy.
To see the world as Keith Richards does.
Also, that's the thing about Gex is that you always get these snarky comments from him. Because he was voiced by comedian Dana Gould, who actually has written episodes for The Simpsons lately. But see, what I'm doing now is just collecting these carrots, and that's the one way to get a white remote is to collect enough of the carrots. They actually change into something else later on. So let's see, other things I need to explain here is that the green TVs that have flies, they give you extra health, or just 1 extra piece of health if you want. Or what you can do is just let it buzz around your head and you can just keep that to be an extra hit. And also sometimes the camera changes. And since I got 30 carrots, it's extra life for me. And the way that works is that on 30 of the first thing, or the first collectible, whatever it is, you'll get an extra life, and then after 40 of the next collectible, in this case cans, you'll get another extra life, and after 50 of the collectible after that, you'll get the white remote. So that's just basically how it works in a nutshell.
They call him Flipper.
And man, I end up getting myself hit there. That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, this is one I'm definitely going to be looking forward to. I mean, not just because this game is really fun, but also this is one I definitely played a lot of when I was growing up. So it's one I'm definitely going to enjoy. And you don't get to hammer me. Yeah, that yellow flower will hit us with a hammer, so that is just something to know. But I mean, in this first area, there's actually a lot to get done. And since that was the 5th purple mushroom, we can unlock one of the remotes.
Okay, I'll take a shower.
So I think what I'm going to do for this first level, since the teetering rock is actually so far away that you can actually get the other 2 missions done before going to that one, I'm actually just going to go over to the teetering rock and then just take care of the other 2 missions on the way. And then just show off me collecting all the remotes, just like that. And the second white remote in each level is always going to be hidden, so it is just worth your time to explore for it. And we're getting closer to that second extra life. So let's just go ahead and get to it. That should be after this mushroom.
Forget about it.
And yeah, that's another life for us. So I mean, fortunately, running out of lives isn't really going to be that big a deal, since it is really easy to get lives, and also I probably am going to be dying a lot, and most of that's just going to be from missing jumps. But since we went down the rabbit hole, as a figure of speech, I ended up changing into a rabbit, and it is now wabbit season, which means that we got to take out these 2 hunters that are after us. But first I want this. Also, one thing I didn't know for the longest time is that you can actually use the hunter's bullets against them. But really the easy way to do this is just greet them with a flying kick and then just rush in and take them out that way. They do get some invincibility frames, but really not that big a problem. I mean, this is the first level after all. Actually, there is one more you can do instead, but I just chose to do this one first.
I designed this scent with you in mind.
And I think what I should do is at some point, unlock, or just in the extra stuff where I can just have most of Gex's ridiculous comments, because while a lot of them actually are kind of dated, they do get some good laughs here and there. I mean, this was a 90s game after all, so a lot of the things that happened actually were kind of dated. So let's just go ahead and get this life. Just because it's never a bad thing to have too many lives. Fortunately, there's no limit or anything, so at least we don't have to worry about that. And you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and kill you. And that is the white remote. So now we got both the white remotes for this level. And yeah, I basically am going to accomplish all 3 of the missions in this one video. But I mean, I'm probably just gonna do a little jump cut to the next part. And that black and white checkerboard always means that you get a checkpoint, which is always good. Because, I mean, later on, inevitably when I end up dying because I screwed up a jump, I mean, those things are gonna have to come in handy. Let's just wait for this thing. Also, these jumping smiley face thingies always just follow you around, which is something that can annoy you. But now we're here where the rocks are, so let's just go ahead and get over there. I mean, the pogo jump is really useful for this part. Just because you can use your tail to pogo jump, which is one thing I do love about this game, is that Gex has a great skill set. And here is the so-called teetering rock, so let's just go ahead and get our way up here. And there's our first remote. And getting back to the topic, there were plenty of Mario 64 knockoffs in the late 90s, and basically what these games did was that they used the concept that you had to get something else in order to unlock certain levels and unlock more areas. And just like so. But at the end of the day, there were plenty of good Mario 64 knockoffs, whether or not it was this game, Banjo-Kazooie, Jak and Daxter, Crash 2, I mean, there were plenty of them to work with. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back here and take care of the 2 hunters. I mean, this is something that shouldn't take too long. And since this is the first level, I can actually take care of these things in a really quick order. So let's just go ahead and get moving. But either way, what I am looking forward to with this LP is that, well, not only do I really love this game, I also do want to show it off in a pretty fun light. Just because that's just the way this game is meant to be played. It's meant to be lighthearted. I mean, it's about a snarky gecko that does stuff in a TV world, so I mean, that's something that's really not meant to be taken seriously. Let's see, I'm also trying a new setup for recording. I mean, I'm actually trying to record this live for the first time ever. I mean, for the first time I'm trying to record a PlayStation game live. I mean, before I'd always use the capture card and then just do a post-commentary afterwards. Now, that didn't kill him. Okay, well, I'll just squish you instead. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do something live, and I mean, that could be a little tricky. So let's just go ahead and get over there and just collect our next remote. I'm probably not going to do all 3 missions in the same video, But since this is a much shorter level, that's something I can get away with now.
It's tail time.
And also, this game did come out in a Nintendo 64, and there is actually one level that was there that wasn't in this version of the game that I might have to show off in the extra part. Let's just go ahead and update our save. I mean, that's something I might get into once we're done with everything.
It's tail time.
I mean, I have checked out Gecko 64, but I have actually never beaten that level, so it could be pretty interesting. Of course, I had to figure out where to get that stuff too.
Note to self, don't drink tap water at Jerry Garcia's.
Yeah, see, there was another dated 90s reference, but then again, that's just kind of how this game goes. Actually, wait, I forgot a purple mushroom. What am I thinking? Yeah, I'm on
see
the
the world as Keith Richards does.
5 purple mushroom mission, so I probably should get rid of those things. Let's see, I think there might have been one more near here, but I think I can just scour that afterwards. Alright, just get going here. You know what, while we're here, let's just get an extra life. Just because it's never a bad thing to have too many lives. Let's see, yep, that's what I was thinking about.
Slip of the tongue, baby.
Alright, let's see, so, the rest of those two should be pretty close by. Also, you can whip these guys for extra, actually, no, wait, I think you have to pogo jump these guys in order to, get an extra, or not an extra, collectible. I mean, these things change in, every level, so I'm not gonna call them carrots or anything like that. It's a, I don't know, it's just a collectible as far as I'm concerned. But since we're almost done with this part, I think the way I'm gonna do this is I'm going to, probably try and do 1 or 2 videos per world just showing everything off, and as the worlds get bigger I'll probably split the missions up, because not every level is going to be like this where you can do like all 3 of them in a short period of time. But I mean, that is something I'll have to learn once I get there. But now that we got 3 red remotes, now we can unlock Gillig Isle. And that's actually going to be the boss of this section. And right there you can see you can get a gold remote out of it. You can also use the select button to check what you missed and what you didn't. And since I cleaned out that level, really no reason to go back there unless you want some extra lives. Let's see, what we can do is we actually can choose to go into Gillig Isle and take out the boss. So you know what, I actually think I'm gonna wait until next video to do that. You know, just to make sure the setup worked. So until next time, join me next time as we take on the Scream TV and also take out Gillig Isle. See you then!